Azure is IAS economist. Our presentation title is Distribution of COVID-19 related Indian system of medicines to all COVID care centers and primary health centers during pandemic period. This is a presentation. Sir, our service Tamil Nadu Medicinal Platforms and Herbal Medicine Corporation Limited. It is shortly known as TAMCAL. It is a public sector undertaking functioning under the Health Department, Government of Tamil Nadu, sir. Our corporation was established in the year 1983. And we are manufacturing Indian system of medicine. We are manufacturing and we are supplying to all government institutions in the state, sir. First, I want to explain that Indian system of medicine is Ayush system of medicine, sir. 5 systems: Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy, sir. And we are manufacturing around 161 medicines in our corporation, and we are distributing it to all the government institutions, sir. And I am here to mention that we are the only state in the country manufacturing all 5 systems of medicine in our state, and also we are having government medical colleges for all 5 systems of medicines in the Ayush system of medicine, sir. That is Tamil Nadu is the only state in the country, sir. And we all know about the pandemic period, COVID-19 pandemic period, which started in March 2020, sir. At that time, people are in fear that how we are going to face that pandemic, and people are in panic situations, sir. At that time, allopathy medicines are distributed all over the country, and we in Tamil Nadu, we have traditional Siddha system of medicine, sir. So we started to one of the major products we have manufactured in the pandemic period. We have manufactured around 2 lakhs kilograms of powder in the pandemic period, and we are distributing it to all the primary health centers in our state, sir. So the thing is, the Kabasarakundir consists of 15 raw drugs, sir. 15 raw materials for manufacturing that medicine. All are herbal drugs only, sir. Root items and seed item like that only it is there. So we have faced some challenges in the pandemic period, and that is the main issue in the topic, sir. So what are the challenges we have faced during the pandemic period is just raw drug procurement. We are procuring raw drugs to open tender, limited tender earlier, sir. But during a pandemic period, many wholesale shops and dealers are shut, and so we find very difficulty in procuring raw drugs through tender, sir. So what we have decided, that is the one of the major issue in that major challenges, that is the time, sir. And also one of the other challenges that the workforce, sir, that due to pandemic situation, all the workforce went to the native places for doing their own for saving their life. So we don't have enough workforce to manufacture medicine, because we are in bulk demand, sir, to supply medicine to the COVID care centers and the hospitals. So that is the second slide heading was changed. Sorry, sir. And third topic is distribution of medicine, sir. So and then general logistics services like parcel services, post services are shut in many of the areas. So, and we are finding very difficult in distributing medicines to no one corner of the state, that is to rural health centers and camps where we have contacted in rural areas. So this is the challenges we have faced, sir. That heading was changed. Sorry, sir. So what innovation, what we have done to combat that challenges is that I will explain, sir. So first, raw drugs. Raw drugs, what we have decided that that time cooperative institutions are functioning in the states, and farmers are doing their farming in our state. So what we have decided is we have called a meeting with the register of cooperative societies, and we have decided to procure raw drugs through cooperative institutions. But cooperative institutions directly procure it from farmers. So that helped a lot in the pandemic period. We get quality raw drugs, because the raw drugs are procured from farmers. So farmers are also getting good rates in that period, and we are getting quality drugs for our medicines, sir. In turn, cooperative institution also doing more business, around some 40 to 50 crores of worth raw drug we have procured in that pandemic period, sir. That is the first innovation we have done. Second thing, in government organization, that incentive type of talk is not there in Tamil Nadu government institutions, sir. So what we have decided as innovation, we have decided to motivate workforce. We have given an incentive of 250 rupees per day for workers, those who are attending the duty. So this brought more native workers and from the rural nearby villages to the factory, and so we have produced more medicines. One more thing is to mention is the volume of production is highest in the history of this corporation, so during the pandemic period. And also third time for logistic services, what we have done is earlier we have replaced the services of parcel service, private parcel services through open tender. So what we have done, we have made a talk with India Post Logistic Services, and they help us to provide logistic services at a very reasonable cost and in efficient time, sir. Also, so this help us to conduct more camps during the COVID period, and also to rural PSCs we have delivered medicines in time, sir. And one more thing, it also increases the business volume of the India Post government-owned services, which also helps them to for 20 lakhs people around. And in Chennai itself, we have distributed medicines for 1,78 lakh people. We have distributed our medicine with the help of this. Even among this pandemic, we have distributed these medicines, sir. Also, we have made a research work also that how this Kabasurakunnis will work with patients or not. So we have made a sample study with our doctors, and that's also prove efficacy in treating patients with COVID-19 infections, sir. So these are the work we have done during COVID, and these are the first wave, and during second wave and during third wave also we have created more war rooms, and we have conducted more camps to combat COVID-19. And Tamil Nadu is one of the states which controls COVID-19 efficiently during the pandemic period. So we, Indian Institute of Medicine gave, with our Indian Institute of Medicine, we provide that much effort to do it, sir. And thank you for providing this opportunity, sir.
Thank you, sir. Very good effort, particularly during pandemic period when everything was closed down. You have been able to achieve the highest production in the history of your corporation.
Yes.
This is regarding about your Kabasura Kudineer. Is it also effective in normal viral infections?
Yes, it is a research paper. Our doctor study research paper, and it is efficient in treating viral infections, sir. It is given to asymptomatic to mild symptomatic patients during COVID period, sir. It is very efficient for the asymptomatic to mild symptomatic patients, sir.
Any plan to make it
we have operated separate
online
COVID care
also?
centers. Sir, what, sir?
Any plan to make it available online on online platform?
Sir, online also it is available in Amazon, sir, and it is also available in our own website, sir. Tamcall.in website also it is available, sir. And nowadays, recently in the last month, the Minister of Ayush has approached us for supplying Kabasura Kudineer to all over India. So some proposal is coming, sir, and it is under process. It is under pipeline, sir.
And your research paper which you are citing,
yes, sir.
is this Kabasura Kudineer is effective in which disease? One you have told viral infections.
Yes, sir.
And
so it is mainly no, so it is only for Juram means fever side. I mean, Kabam, Vadam, Pittam, Kabam, 3 type of fever will be there. It is for Kabam, that cold infected related fever. It is efficient medicine, sir. It is majorly for fever, viral fever and viral infection only, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very great contribution. In fact, during COVID, Ayurvedic medicines have been very helpful across the country, not only in your state, but they have saved many lives, particularly the Kada.
Nowadays, people are awareness about Indian medicine. Now, people are nowadays coming, sir. In pre-COVID era, that people are having hesitation using the Indian medicine, sir. Now, people are having confidence in Ayush medicine, sir, nowadays.
Okay. Thank you, please. Thank you,
sir. Thank you, sir.
No specific questions, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sir, Andhra Pradesh Productivity Council is a autonomous repatriate body, non-profit making body, which is established in 1958 by the government of Andhra Pradesh. Now we are in the undivided status, so we are serving for both Andhra Pradesh and Telangana state. We are into 4 divisions, sir. Like one is a techno management consultancy, where the productivity improvement things will be carried out for the resource utilization and manpower assessment, energy audits, and environment management also. And the second area is a research, carrying out the research and innovations. Third thing is like we are contributing to the nation towards a lifestyle improvement and like livelihoods and micro enterprise promotions, like what we call now as a ease of doing, increasing ease of doing in the nation. So as a part of like from last 28 years of experience, like I started my career with the field level with the field level executive FLE to now I become a principal director of this organization. And we like basically I'm a trainer into, sir, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Basically, I am into the training division and I'm into entrepreneurship development and skill, carry out the skill development programs also from the last 28 years. Like we do the like with the small interventions, we do the big changes in the lives of the human beings and contributing to the nation. So far from last 28 years, we participated in the various programs, like we associated with the World Bank associated programs, UNDP, JICA, UNICEF, ILO, state and central government programs, and we created around 55,000 livelihoods enterprises, with micro enterprises and livelihood clusters also. So there, it's more than 2 lakhs and enterprises we created, but where the projects were this 55,000 livelihoods also, like there is a micro enterprise promotion from the concept to commissioning. We handholding the entrepreneurs with the entrepreneurship development programs and skill development programs. Whereas in livelihood promotion also, basically with the marginal and tribal, it's where I worked as a like field level with the JICA funded project at Orissa, at Koraput and Jaipur, where the 4,800 tribals were trained and their produce were taken into the primary process unit, and some of the value addition has done, packaging and formation of their livelihood clusters and commercializing them to the selling out of the Orissa, like Chhattisgarh and Tamil Nadu or so say. So similarly with the livelihood restorations also, at the time of tsunami and also the flood affected area, we worked for the livelihood promotions where they lost the livelihoods. So in a livelihood restoration also, we worked with the ILO. I work with the ILO project where where it is in Madhya Pradesh of Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh. So where the very potential for the dung that is a buffalo dung. So there are very huge number of dairy farms are there. So with the potential availability of the dung, the one biogas based power industry has come with 5 megawatt capacity. So though it is a green energy project, everything was clear and they started the thing. But in other side, the 1,000 families, those who are depend upon this dung and making the dung cakes and selling out from Madhya Pradesh to Kolkata and all other towards Chhattisgarh towards Nagpur highways. So they are selling the dung cakes to the dhaba hotels. So suddenly of this modern changes in the industrial environment, these people have lost the job. So, and they from the forefathers, they are doing the same job. They doesn't have any skills. So ILO has mandated us to go and pitch into that. We have done a survey, counseled them, and every project we have a uniqueness because we prepare our training modules in accordance to the situation which demands over there. So we counseled, we trained, and we implemented as improve your business model set, SIVB model of ILO over there, and the turning of loss of livelihood to again real restoration of livelihoods into other sectors, which was done for 780 people. So like this, and in a skill trainings, in a normal skill trainings, like 38,000 employments were created. This was included into World Book of Records in Indian edition in 2021 as a productivity, efficiency, and effectiveness in all the sphere of life. Considering this
55,000 employments which we have created. Today also, the project which is nominated for the award is a similar kind of thing. It's a we are doing similar programs, but as per the eligibility and all, this last 3 months project, the live project which is going on has to be nominated, and this is nominated for the award. So this is the basically as a part of skill development program. This specially focused on the ITI students where they have the low skills and having the low environment, also low infrastructure, also very less infrastructure also, and concentrating the ITI colleges at rural interior villages. The students mostly from the tribal and marginal communities at rural interior villages. So this program is prioritized for improving the lifestyles of the people of rural interior villages, Telangana, especially focusing on tribal and marginal communities. So this was started in 8th November 2022. This was the 8th batch which we are conducted, and evaluation started from the 12th December. The training was conducted. The uniqueness of this program is the skill development program. Most of the skill development programs are conducting in the country with the following of NSQF norms and the NQR National Quality Register, which is formed there in the government side. Ministry of Skills and Entrepreneurship Development also developed so many modules. So following NSQF norms, conducting the training programs and giving the placements. But we designed this program with integration of several things. Like we also follow, APPC also following the NSQF norms and integration with the Pan-India institutional manufacturing techniques and customizing to the local industry needs. We prepared a specialized module and trained around 240 ITIs for better improvement of their skills, and most of them are attained to the P50 skills of JIM, that is Japan India Institution Management. So the transformation of rural interior low skilled ITI student, which is having very low skills over there. After 10th, they will do the industrial training trainings at ITIs, industrial training institutions. Transforming them into the P50 skills is a major achievement in this project. We faced the challenges in this project is the students having low esteem, no accessibility to the real machinery, and the most of the ITIs also having very old machineries and very old infrastructure equipment. So they have low real-time experience, then low qualifications, that is after the SSC, that is after the 10th standard, they will go for 2 years ITI, that is industrial institution. But here also the opting for the ITI is always the second and third choice to the students, because mostly they will go to the +2, then in engineering, then other career opportunities. But wherever the students are with the low skills and low adaptability to the education system, they will come for the ITI. That is the background of them people. And even even at town levels are the situation of this thing, that interior village the students opportunities are very less, and there is no accessibility. And rural villages, especially with the tribal youth, the fear of adaptability to the going to the large industry at manufacturing and taking the employment opportunities at the city level. And the migration is another challenge. That is most of the training skill training programs which is conducting under the government of India and state governments, we train the people and send to the placement. But at the placement, they don't get any advance or they don't get any primary accommodation over there. In almost all placement oriented programs, the migration is a very crucial thing. So people from a rural area to migrate to the urban area for opportunities, the survival of first month will be the very difficult to them. The parents also very poor, they cannot give the pocket money to survive first month. So here the same challenge which we have faced with the rural interior villages of student. Then here we the challenge which we discussed with the industry, and industry is we arranged a hostel facility for them and with the marginal subsidized food facility also them. And then that migration part also, because retention also very thing. As I said, if the opportunity is given, training is given in a qualitative way, opportunity is given, but retention part, again, it will be there. So many things it will affect, not only the financial thing of survivability, first month survivability, also to the counseling part, because they come from the another cultural environment to adjust into the new environment culture. The continuous counseling also we have taken. In the transformation of simulators, like at the training industry training part, industry, we have created a training infrastructure with the simulators. Then first 3 months we have given in training on the simulators to the real-time machinery. Actually, this was done on the Transforms manufacturing company, which is established with the Japan entrepreneurs, that is Toshiba India Transformers Distribution Transformers Private Limited. So this motivation also, which was done in the primary stage, so that was a major challenges. So innovations aspects in this project is that innovations we have done right from the selection of the candidates, like where we have to go and where we have to see, like most of the urban and town people have the opportunities to go to various industries. As ITS, some of the ITS students will get the opportunities as walk-in. They will go to the industry and they will, because industries are facing so much of manpower problem after the COVID. So they're just walking and they are getting the jobs, but they are with the contract labor, as a contract labor with the contractor, they are working. So even that also, it is not accessible to this rural people. So we have created awareness to the people over there. We went to the rural areas and we have given clarity and counseling with organizing boot camps at that places, involving their parents also, because of the migration part and change of culture. Again, working in the real-time environment and where they are working. So what will be the industry profile? And one more thing is the innovation here is involving the industry in the beginning of the training portion. That is, for right from the selection of the candidates, we have taken along industry HR and technical team along with us to explain the things. So that was a innovation which was done in the shortlisting of the candidates. Then after shortlisting, the curricula also, as I said, it is integration of large integration with National Skill Qualification Framework as per the NOS of our modules, along with the Japan India Institutional Manufacturing GIM program. And to the other thing is exactly requirement of workplace skills, which they required. So there is an integration which we have done the course module with the consultation with the industry, with the reviewing of the present existing modules under the NSQF and the GIM. So all put together, we have developed the new module for improving the safety and quality standards. Unless we improve the quality standards of the manufacturing sector to attain P50 skills of Japan GIM program, that is normally P10, P20, P30, P40, P50. P50 is the 100% performance skill, which in terms of safety and attaining terminal competencies and also attaining the workplace performance. So the innovation in this one at the training module is the low skills to the rural interior student, low skills to transforming them to the P50 skills. The module was well prepared with the consultation with that. Then there's formulated the specialized module, provided hand-holding service to the students at workplace for adopting this course, and continual counseling also done for sustainability and retention in the training program for the 11 months. So after the completion of 11 months, like while doing this program, they integrated to the NAPS program also, that is National Apprenticeship Program. So the student will get the certification from the NAPS while continuing the apprenticeship and the GIM certification. Then on workplace competency mapping and competency evaluation, done by every month, then he will attend to the P50 by 11 months. So this is a innovations which we have done, and the process followed, as I said, provided awareness on the career progression at rural places by organizing the boot camp and improving their qualifications. Like ITA, most of the ITA people will go to the industry, join as a ITA workman, and is retire as a workman only. So mostly he will become a supervisor, but where the qualification is career progression is not taken part. So here we are handholding them for 3 years, and after attaining P50 skills, so after 1 year of doing experience in the particular industry, then we are going aligning with them for a career progression with the NCVET level 4 to level 8 courses with the universities and local technical boards, also with the Japan institutional manufacturing courses. So this kind of career progression also improves them up to a diploma level and engineering level.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. You have another 2 minutes.
Yeah, I am doing that. I am almost finished. So this is the thing which is a process followed for this thing. Then the achievement of this thing is through boot camps and all. We organized around 240 candidates and attained P50 skills, and they are working with the transmission manufacturing company. So for that one, the as I said, motivational camps and continual counseling is doing then. So then at hostel also, subsidized food for accommodation, we have provided only for 1,000 rupees. 11,000 rupees they are getting as a stipend that is a wage in a training period, after which only 1,000 they can be comfortably stay in a hostel with the food and accommodation. So this is another innovation which the migration and return sustainable after migration survival and the retention part is taken. So by last year we have trained 240 things and 240 candidates, created employments and aligned with the gym program, and highest the transformation of rural interior candidates of low skilled ITI candidates into attaining P50 skills for opportunity to get global jobs. And now they are doing in India also in global MNCs. So this is the thing I would like to say, sir. And the roadmap is this is replicating into the many other industries, like in 5 sectors that in all manufacturing. And one more innovation we are doing that in transmission company, the Toshiba company. We spoken to the directors and all. So in their switchgear division, we would convert into the total girls oriented. Like in the manufacturing sector, the women participation, girls participation is very less. So here one more division which we have identified and which is suitable to the girl student. So management also accepted, and now we have starting a girls batch of 40 candidates, which they will be trained into the gym, similar program as equivalent to the boys. So here it is equivalent opportunity to the girl also given to the inner manufacturing setup that we are trying to convert into that, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Very good effort. Particularly, you are skilling the girls for manufacturing sector. Excellent work. No specific question to ask.
Thank you, sir. No specific question.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is a peculiar type of lake where the people live actually inside the lake. Those are called hamlets. There are 58 hamlets in the Dal Lake. First of all, let me have an overview of the approaching the Dal Lake to engineer a model of infrastructure that addresses the environmental concerns of the lake, cleanness, pollution control, and other forms of unwanted human intervention. Here, it's the terms I have referred or the or the main headings. If we go very minute in these details, then it will take at least 4 to 5 hours to explain. But I will summarize a little bit of everything. For example, in cleanness, we have round about 20 mechanized machines for dividing of weed, and that's called this lotus and other forms of weeding. Then the pollution control means the pollution which the periphery, which the population of the periphery, as well as those hamlets, just I explained, 58 hamlets, or we can say small villages which are inside the lake, make the pollution formation of these we consider here. And the other forms of unwanted human intervention. I think the unwanted intervention is that the people inside the lake, as well as on the periphery, there we don't have a proper sewerage system. That is the main challenge for cleaning the lake. Number second is to re-establish the lake as an economic hot spot by enhancing its aesthetic appeal so as to benefit both small scale and large scale economic ventures. Here, let us say that elaborate is this heading in this way: economic hotspot, because since the lake is in the heart of the city, it is just 4.5 kilometers away from Lal Chowk, which is the main, as we have this, we have the capital city of Srinagar. So it is just 4 kilometers away. So the main attraction of the tourists, once the tourists come to the valley, the first steps they take on this Dal Lake. So the economics of the, even we can say the whole of the Srinagar city depends upon this lake. Next is the large scale economic ventures. For example, the hotels, the restaurants, and the houseboats, which are 715 in numbers, and every luxurious houseboats. In each houseboat, there are at least 3 to 5 luxurious bedrooms, having the carvings of walnut and everything, carpets, everything there. So all these are large scale economic ventures. Number third point is to devise a design of architectural and aesthetic interventions to make it aesthetically pleasant. In this heading, we can say we are having so many pollutions inside the Dal Lake because of this what we call this, which makes the water dirty. Next, designing a sewerage system within the water body. I think this is the first newest thing which we are introducing in Dal Lake or even other parts of the country, if there would be some houseboats. What is designing a sewerage system within the water body means, since we have 58 hamlets or villages which are inside the Dal Lake, up to the last these houseboats, which are 715 in number, their sewerage, their own sewerage. For example, the people who are employed inside the houseboats, as well as the huge rush of tourists which come from the other states or even foreigners, sorry, the whole sewerage was going into the lake, and you would be yourself now imagining how it would make the water dirty. Now we have designed and we are in the production of this sewerage system within the water body. I will explain in 2 minutes what we have done. And for example, these 715 houseboats, we have connected their washrooms or bathrooms, whatever you may call it, these through pipes on a floating basis, which are the pipes are floating in the Dal Lake, and the main sewer, there are small patches of land inside the Dal Lake. We have kept a sump there, and it goes into the sump, and then we make it forced circulation to the periphery of the Dal Lake, where we have already the drainage system. So we arrest all the sewerage of these houseboats and take into the main sewer, where it goes to the STPs, sewerage treatment plants. Since the sewage treatment plants, we have total of 5 sewage treatment plants around the periphery, which are insufficient now to cater all this. We have been designing a 30 MLD, that's 30 megaliters per day sewage plant, for which we have just 5 crore rupees sent to the government of Home Ministry. Since this is a union territory, now funds are coming from the government of this whom we have sent for its approval, so that a huge or a mega 30 MLD plant will be constructed at Gupt Ganga, Shalimar, which are on the periphery of the Dal Lake, which is already the land on which this plant will be erected belongs to the authority. Second, we have also sent this sewerage DPR for the 58 hamlets, where in each hamlet we will be installing a 0.1 MLD, that's 1 kilo liter this daily, which will be cleaning the sewerage water of each hamlet. So on these basis, this is a new thing which are introducing into the Dal Lake. Next. Process of dredging. This is another chapter, which is the main hurdle in making the Dal polluted, or its surface area is decreasing. I will explain you how, because we have a huge catchment area around the Dal periphery, from which the rocks, the material, everything is degraded and comes into the Dal Lake, where we have made desilting basins. We call them settling basins. All the material coming from the peripheral hills that is settled in there, and we are dredging those with the help of suction dredgers. I will be telling you how much material we have dredged out. 80 to 90,000 we have dredged out. Estimated was 130 meter cube. So far we have done 90,000 cubic meters of silt has been extracted from these desilting basins and put into dikes, and where from it is shifted to another side. Now, another thing, we have introduced navigation channels. Dredging leads to, here I will read this first, then I will be explaining. Another mechanical procedure of our cleaning is that of the dredging. In order to stop the growth of the weed, advocate why we can stop growth of the weed because of dredging. Because once we dredge, the depth of the lake gets to a level where it will be very difficult to weed growth. And actually with the help of these suction dredgers, we are achieving the goal of dredging. Dredging leads to another factor. What we get with the dredging is it leads to a cleaner water body and enhances smooth movement of shikara, because when the tourists come around the Dal periphery, there are shikaras, small boats, well furnished boats, small boats where 5 to 10 people are accommodating. They transport them to the inside, to the interior of the Dal. Since Dal has 25 square kilometers total area, out of which 4 square kilometers are land and built up areas. And we have another thing which I forgot to tell you, that there are floating gardens, even floating kitchen gardens as well as gardens which float. Once the level of the water increases, the garden also gets floated up. So it's a very beautiful thing to notice. So these shikara people, they take these tourists into the interior of these helmets and show them these floating gardens. So the ways where from these shikaras moves into the land masses, those are called navigation channels. So dredging also, once the boats go inside, that flow of tourists acting on an indirect catalyst boosting the economy. Since so many tourists and lakhs of tourists are coming to the valley, most of them go to this Dal Lake and have a very aesthetic look of everything inside the migratory birds, which is another form of a thing, very beautiful. They take the look of these things. Now, what is the challenge? A major challenge was to complete the assigned task within a certain time pertaining to climatic schedule in Kashmir. Harsh winter would not allow a very smooth functioning of the same. Here, I do want to tell to your good selves, sir, that this challenge refers to the since we have 12 months. Out of 12 months, we have 4 months of harsh season from December to up to the March, where dredging as well as dividing as well as navigation, cleaning of navigation channels is not possible in these months. So we have a limited period of all the performing all these activities. So it's a big challenge for us. Another challenge is that since the weed which we dredge out or dredging, there is the road on the periphery, and another side we have all the mountains. So it's also a VIP area whereby we have the Taj. You might have heard of this. Taj Vivanta is there. Governors, this Raj Bhavan is there. So it's very difficult to do such activities, dredging, dividing, and then transporting or making the dikes and taking all material to the dumping site, which is very far away. Next is desiltation of detention ponds and opening of navigation channel. I think I have told you a little bit on this. Let me summarize. The deposition of the silt in the lake is a major pollutant which is dealt with the utilization of machinery to excavate the silt deposit in the lake. I already told you that with the help of section dredgers, we take this material from the desilting basin and in the lake itself to the dikes, and from there we transfer to the other sides of the city. Number second is to ensure smooth, unhampered navigation of transport in the Dal is the major concern. So this is also hampered because of the navigation transport, because we have still some land masses which the authority has acquired. Out of these 58 hamlets, some of the people have been shifted to other side. So the land mass we have acquired is to take away that land mass we have to clear also. So in navigation transport is also a major concern, how to make the navigation without taking this out in a very short span of, let us say, 1 year or 2 years. It's a huge task to do the acquired land, to clear the acquired land and make it the lake water. The third point is the source of this silt is the mountains, and deposition leads to decrease in the depth. As I think this has been told a little bit earlier. It is therefore becomes important to undergo the process of desiltation, because in turn makes the process of dredging easier. Now, the economic developments of hamlets. As I have already told you, there are 58 hamlets. These hamlets, the inhabitants of these hamlets are very poor. They are hard earning people. The land they cultivate inside the Dal, usually they grow vegetables. And the problem with them is that once there's a rainy season, for just 3-4 days, the level of the lake goes to such an extent that it gets submerged. So usually their hard earning gets lost. Now, although they have adopted these floating type of gardens, but the area of the floating gardens is very less as compared to their actual land. So they are economically very, very low people. Now we have started the economic development of the hamlets by means of they have lotus fields, lotus bamboos, which they cultivate and then send to sell in the markets in the valley, as well as now they have shifted to transport it to other parts of the country. And now we are now thinking with a project that we may get a drying plant for such bamboos to get these bamboo sticks or rods. These we will process these and we may get dry bamboo sticks. And also the lotus, what is this called? Lotus fruit is also available in the season, but we can also dry up that one also. Now, another aspect for their economic development is that we are in touch with other departments so that we can make some technical institutions or some other small entrepreneurial development programs in order to uplift these very much economically backward people. The hamlets in Arrow have been living in miserable conditions due to poverty. The goal of the project is to introduce that I already told you, the layout of the lake, so as to make accommodative of the economic goals, targets to uplift their economic growth by introducing new ideas of small business and modes of employment. Now, what makes it an excellent nomination? So now let me elaborate what makes our this claim that this is an excellent nomination. An interdisciplinary approach is being made to understand the geography and economy. Geography here means that we have a harsh season. We are very cut off from the rest of the country because of as you see, the road conditions. So if we have 3-4 months usually road cut off, though we are only with our air travels, and that air traffic also gets disturbed. So it is geographically very cut off area. So economically, it is very difficult to have some projects here. And the economy also here means we don't have here such industries where from we will get the raw material from other parts of the country and make the industry and sell it to the back. It usually goes on the higher side of the cost wise. So the economy here is as only the two types of economy are here. One is the tourist and another is the fruit trees.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. You have another 2 minutes.
Yes.
Sir, you have another 2 minutes, so try to conclude within 2 minutes.
Okay. The for the betterment of the community, especially hamlets, same dynamic, so sustainable development. Thus, it sets an example of engineering, BT, socio-economic development. The infrastructure venture of the sewage system within the water body for houseboats is a unique achievement, as manages the pollution control while being eco-friendly. This is the kind of scientific mechanical integration that achieving a cleaner Dal in a shorter span of time is aspired, being situated in a climatically viable zone, volatile zone is an exemplary achievement as well. Managing the challenge of providing adequate machinery and other technological managerial anchors to make the ongoing project a success in a mediocre infrastructural setup is also a feat, so to speak. General now the general concerns of the project has the geographical layout of the Dal, architectural and mechanical integration so as to make accommodative in terms of economic ventures. How far is this infrastructure have been concurrent to a feasible? Another, how far the department engineer a model of infrastructure and accommodating the concern. Okay, next. Future roadmap. This is very important. Future roadmap and goal to design a feasible model of sewerage system that I already told you, sir, which manages waste of the hamlets located inside and around the Dal, as well as the houseboats, which are 715 in number, gets dumped into the Dal. This makes the water as well, quality of the water dirty, as well as it gives an uncontrollable weed growth. To focus the economic development of the hamlets by utilizing the geographical and essential peculiarities of the lake. To ensure, I think now JKLCMA looks forward to making adept scientific interventions for the sustainable development of the Dal and making It's a crucial catalyst in the economic development of the hamlets as well as the overall region. Thank you, sir. Sir, any questions, please?
Thank you, sir. Very comprehensive presentation. It will definitely add to delight of the tourists visiting J&K. Excellent
Yes.
work, sir. No specific question from my side.
Okay, thank you. So nice of you, sir.
Sir, is there any possibility to relocate these people who are living on Dal Lake?
Yes, sir. There was a project we had. First of all, that we had proposed to the government of India that all these 58 hamlets we will relocate to some other places so that the lake area will also increase. But it was a huge cost, 45,000 crores on this project. So government of India then on this recommendations of the IIT Roorkee, they told no, you cannot shift. It's better to keep these people there because they are eco-friendly system of the lake. So manage their living inside the lake, that will add to the beauty of the lake, and they are a part and parcel of the lake.
Okay, so there the IIT is of the view that they are not creating any disturbance to the ecosystem of the lake.
Yes, the IIT Roorkee recommended, sir. Although we have shifted some of them, maybe 20% of the population out of the Dal Lake into another area called Rahe Araf, while the authority made their houses and everything. But later on, it was decided that due to this other, it's a number one, it's a huge cost. Number two, they are part and parcel of this Dal ecosystem. Only make their development there possible and their livelihood possible and keep them there.
Okay, good enough. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Putting in a nutshell, this is nothing but taking this communication to the deprived remote locations of Tamil Nadu. Now, India has been just picked up momentum and it's going at a faster rate, which United States of America, what USA went through in mid 80s and China in 20s. We are just trying to exploit the technology of our OPGW, that is this overhead power ground earth wire, which is going through towers to making it into a communication medium, sir, actually. So whatever we do is just this is this generation, like I was saying that what USA went in mid 80s and China in this new millennium. Now, the India is just picking up and next going through a tremendous transformation, and it's almost on the cusp of becoming a superpower. It's almost a superpower itself, and next decade or 2 or 3 decades will be of India's ruling this roost of the globe. So what we are also just joining the momentum, what the government has come up with this Gati Shakti or Niti Ayog, whatever they have just come up with a master plan, and we are just getting into the mainstream of this technology. So actually everybody says that requirement is the mother of invention. So we basically had a need to go for this kind of solution. See, Tamil Nadu TANGEDCO is a generation and distribution company of Tamil Nadu. It's a utility of thing. Earlier, it was called as Tamil Nadu Electricity Board. And after debundling of this activity, there were 2 utilities. One is TAN Transco taking care of transmission, while this TANGEDCO takes care of generation and distribution. Still unique in nature in the country, except Kerala. So when we want to communicate our billing systems, our customer relation systems, our ERP systems, we felt that the idea of getting this communication was his main need. We need arteries and veins or this nerve structure to reach this entire ground level. At the time, we had a few consumers, few service providers like BSNL or Airtel coming up in this place, whom we need to depend on a single-handedly, and whenever there's a breakdown, we are unable to just get in time, putting these customers into trouble. So we need to have wanted to have our own infrastructure. And This project is a uniqueness having this, you are just using this optical technology going into the electrical system which is used for a electrical system is used for a optical system going for a communication purpose. And we are going to see the SWOT, architecture, deployments, cost, everything is just follows in my slides, sir. So the initiatives initially start with the humble steps of IT being just looking for opportunities. We found that we have got a communication cable going through our offices, which is only exclusively used for communication of this essential services, but it is not at all used for IT communication, which was taking at a faster pace. The implementation of applications is showering with every day. You take anything, it's IT application oriented. Now it's a it's a tip of a finger. You can just reach anywhere. As all these stalwarts sitting in this jury, you'll be knowing that. So we just started connecting this because this except few cores of fiber, other cores are sitting idle. It's an idle resources. It's not at all put into work. It was gathering dust. So we wanted to just get into that thing. So we want to just break this power. We want to unleash the hidden potential of Tangentco resources. Government and Tangentco has pumped in lots of money into that. And we don't want to just gather dust or keep it idle. And we want to productively put it to use that. So we want to give a better e-governance by reaching these remote locations or remote offices where think about these hilly regions where even transportation is bad. But we are proud to say that we have a broadband, that is a private broadband in our hilly areas of our offices. And to adding a feather to that cap of Tangentco, our fibers are being used by national carriers like BSNL and other providers. They are using our communication to give us services to general public. And now, respected juries, Digital India momentum has started a few years back, and e-governance is required. E-governance and coordination between different government sectors is need of the hour. And the same old legacy terms like scalability, reliability, still is the buzz terms till now. And a new term which has been added is cyber security. The uniqueness of the future, again, I want to reinstate that cyber security. If at all we have our own system inbuilt, where other systems don't come into that, if naturally we are safe. Security feature is inbuilt in that, meaning that we have got our own private network like a defense system or other systems. So what is the need? Again, going deeper into the thing, understand the deeper requirement. Tangentco, like I said earlier, it was a generation of trap power, and we need to do a distribution. The IT wing in this Tangentco, we are just aiding them. Our main business is you just generate power, sell it to people at a substrate, get at the end of the day, like other presenter was saying that reduce our losses, reduce our technical AT&T losses, how much power we are selling that, how much billing efficiency and collection efficiency. See, at the end of the day, whether we are green or not. So for that, IT has to complement them. IT has to come up with technologies. IT has to go with the main business. So now the modern power sector, Ministry of Power and power energy sector in government, Tamil Nadu also, just they are ushering into new technologies, coming with the new technologies like coming up, deploying this distribution management system, SCADA system. SCADA is the whole thing. Then outage management system. If a guy gets a power outage this morning, we have a system now telling that your supply is out for some reason. It will be resumed in a couple of hours. Our inconvenience is regulated. We are able to give a message. How is it possible? Only through communication. Second thing, a customer can get to know what is consumption, what is billing at his mobile itself. Then customer relations is another thing wherein a guy can just call us saying that, yeah, I got a higher bill, I got no supply, I got blocked area. Then with the technology of this GIS, we can know that where is it location, which transformer, which feeder, which consumer. We will be able to say that, yes, there is a power outage due to a cable fault, and we are trying to come up with a workaround kind of thing. So these kind of things, we are able to get into this picture, sir. Only the main backbone, main success story about this, the fine success thread is the fiber, which is communicating this entire applications. At the end of the day, it's a citizen-centric discom. We want to make Tangent as a citizen-centric, citizen delightness. We don't want to, we also, in addition to measuring this revenue resources, revenue KPI, we want to know the intangible key KPI. I think this respected juries would accept this happiness KPI should also be taken into care. How much customers are just happy about us. If I ask how many 100% are paying the utility bill, it's a duty. But out of 100%, how many consumers are happy? That has to be taken into care. Now, coming to the core of the things, this is the optical ground wire. People, respected juries, our peers of our discoms, even PGCL was, EL and all these technical companies were there. They will be knowing this. Our electrical systems, all electrical systems need to have a balance. All the three phases has to be in tandem, and if there is it has to be in balance. The ground wire has to supplement it. So this is purely an electrical system. A balancing wire has to be in every transmission system of electrical transmission systems. So this is purely a electrical item, electrical technology. What we thought that, we didn't do any innovation, we didn't do anything, but we exploited that. Instead of having acting that particular OPGW, the ground wire, we just overloaded the functionality of that ground wire into carrying it or into doing it an additional purpose of doing a communication. We simply reinforced with that the ground wire with the optical fiber. So everybody knows that optical fiber is immune. Optical is an optical energy. Electrical energy is a magnetic energy. Optical energy is immune to that electrical energy. So there is no disturbance, no distortion. See, if at all you want to watch a movie or you want to upload a bulk of data, talk about movies in the home, but I'm talking about this bulk data, bulk backup in a DC data center here at one location, and data disaster recovery at another seismic location, need to have a common sink, common data sink that could be applied, that could be achieved only through a fiber link. How does a fiber link? What is it? What's the basic architecture difference between copper cable, that's a diesel cable, and this fiber cable? Copper works on electricity. As electrical engineers or any other engineer, as a distance, loss is proportional to resistance is proportional to distance actually. So loss is I square R effect. So that is, if this energy is pumped in, if the electricity is pumped in over a kilometer, this loss is, they have an inherent loss. It will just tend to lose it. But what the beauty of fiber is that only it's use a glass fiber wherein light is forced to go through that, which is get deflected all the way. It's literally there is no loss. The light travels at the speed of light in a medium of thing. As I showed in this our slide, internet is backbone of everything. The fiber optical cables is made for a plastic or glass. How this information transmitters light pulse, and they travel in a long distance at tremendous speed. You are literally with a net zero loss. So this electric magnetism is completely immune to this electric magnetic interference. So this is this unique strength of this fiber, and we are able to just catapult of the technology, and we are putting into specifically to our communication purpose of our corporations. So when you put an doubling its reliability, even if you put a cable underground, it gets cut. It gets cut during this improvement works. But if at all we put our optical fiber cable upon a tower, that is 200% no chance of getting it damaged. There is percentage of the probability of getting this overhead power is very, very minimal, sir. So as I said, reliable power, the cable can thrown up behind the sea. You can see undersea cable. The fiber connects intercontinents together. It continents build together with this undersea cable. And another reliability factor is that we can go for a satellite internet to transmit data. What happens when you do a transmit? We do have a cable TV in a home. You would have experienced that satellite data is interpreted by a bad weather. So now even our homes have gone to internet kind of entertainment. So OPGW is the fastest, and the fastest, it is faster than Usain Bolt. Now, again, I come to that thing. Again, we are going in a deeper dive. Our infrastructure, where this OPGW is used for a system, we have got a OLTE, online transferring equipment, which I'm showing here. It is works on SDH technology, wherein it has got different interfaces connecting. Sir, you can interrupt. If I am going fast, you can interrupt. If am I very clear to you, sirs?
Yes, sir. You are too much clear. So, like, you have another 2 to 3 minutes also, sir.
2 to 3 minutes. Okay, I got half of the thing to cover. I'll just do it in a faster rate, sir. So we connect through these offices to these things, and this is its actual core, sir. Actually, that is our headquarters office is here. Then you got the OLT in this substation. Then goes to this OPGW cable. Again, at the end of the day, is another OLT is downgrades this. It converts this electrical energy. Optical energy, electrical energy into goes to the routers. Then connect headquarters. The head-end systems, where our ERP systems, where our mail systems, where our MI systems are kept or communicated to these things, sir. So we get a pretty fast communication in this one, and that too a secure information systems thing. Then we want to put into a real life scenario. We want to take it a scenario. Take the case of Trichy. This another uniqueness of the factory is that we used our own manpower. We did not engage another contractors. We used manpower. Even I can show you these videos where our people just crossing the river with a fiber in their mouth, and they took a swim. They swim over to cross this river to just pay this string these strings. These are our own manpower. They got a technology. Google it, did it, and they do a converters. So far, they have connected over 9 regions, regional offices, 23 circle offices, 4 thermal power stations, huge thermal stations, 45 230 kV. Almost we are 40% of these 230 kV substations. 14 generating stations, including this hydro, which are located in the inaccessible areas. Then we've got a least and kind of thing connecting peer-to-peer cities, and 10 collection centers also been connected, sir. So you will be thinking how much of an cost which we have meant to save on that. I put it to your imagination, sir. This is just a tip of an iceberg. If at all we are asked to do for the entire nation, entire state, you would be painting with the full of this kind of fiber things. Then another, I want to just show a proof of strength. Again, it's a typical example. This is again in Trichy. Like I said, these are hilly areas. In the hilly areas where even your satellite signals will not be there. Even service providers, if I go and ask a Vodafone or a Airtel or BSNL, sorry, sir, these are blackout areas. We can't reach out to there. They simply said that. But still, we need to give our services to this public, the hilly areas people. So these are hilly areas, actually. See, this is our tunnels wherein people have to work under a tunnel where communication cannot reach. Your cell cannot work. Then how do you go and do our critical information exercises? Here, we take our fibers. Here, men in action. You could see the same kind of people with their existing manpower. They were able to do is a ADSS cable without touching that live wire. We did not interrupt the power. We did as a live one. There is no disturbance to anybody. So we could do in a interdepartmental coordination kind of things, sir. So this again, it's a simple hardwares which are used. We procure with a little amount of energy with an own petty pocket stores. We could do that. So, like we are moving with, as our government is thrusting for Gati Shakti, where we need time to go in for integration of different departments. We need to do a capacity planning. We need to do we should not waste resources, money for duplication of things. We want a unique comprehensive of binding our nation with the fiber is the right time to do this fantastic communication where it is not only roads, the fiber communication takes technology road for all these government enterprises or even private enterprises. Then this is the thing which is I intentionally just I just go back. Intentionally, I have hidden it. Wherein this is our actual real life scenario, where is the generating station is there. Again, it's 11 kV going to substation and going through an office. So this is a typical drawing. I did not show this one much, sir. So we are able to connect reliably, self-sufficiently, have our data coming into our headquarters. Then, if at all you want to put this one, we did our SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, SWOT analysis. SWOT, we are the pioneer in Tamil Nadu. We are a good name in Tamil Nadu. We are a strong name in Tamil Nadu. We stay in any region, any town, any village. Our Tamil Nadu, tangent course, post or pillar is there. We do have our own right of way. But what about weakness? We lack marketing skills, but we are also catching up, and we will also just outshine others in a matter of time. What is our opportunities? As we have ushered into 5Gs in Mumbai, Chennai, and Delhi, and Bangalore, in all 4 major cities, and still we are talking about 6Gs. So this is a very, very interesting and very exciting opportunity which we want to just grab it with us, sir. People are looking for infrastructure, whether you can just share your fiber, whether you can share your pillars. So I think we have got a bright future if at all we want to catch this one, and 5G, 6Gs, and we want to go into, we got a bigger picture. We got to amplify, not only amplify to 6Gs, we want to go into wireless also, wherein we got for IoT, wherein we can go for hundreds of lakhs of consumers with smart meters, then thousands of feeder metering, and thousands of substations where we can do energy auditing, where we can do energy auditing, and we can do a better, viable, profitable communication. And what about threat? Last one, threat. Trust is a stiff competition. Like Charles Darwin said that, we need to just do a survey. The fittest of the survival, and we do have our own determination to do that survival, and we'll just come up with flying colors. And this is this facts. I don't know what happened. And this is this facts which shows the facts shows these things. This number: substation connected 14, 45, substations generation 18, nodal offices about 32, including regional offices and circle offices were connected. And to note this point, this one we act as a redundant point. Actually, our fiber for some of the business critical, we act as a redundant. I don't want to say that we only run on this our own fiber. For non-business critical, we run on main thing. For business critical, we still do have as a redundant one, wherein we cut short the money of going in for a redundant cost. Thereby we save that money, sir. And unique features, again, this is unique in nature. Actually, we got a towers, we have latest cables in the sky. It is less latency. We can do is a live performance, live action, where the customers are not getting interrupted. We do have our own right of way, and main point is this dual purpose. The OPGW has a twin actor, wherein it can do is electrical work as well as optical work. And it has got a cyber security inbuilt in it. Is a uniqueness of this feature, sir. And e-governance. At the end of the day, we can talk about technology. We can talk about ushering into superpower everything. At the end of the day, what is that index? What is the happiness index? What is this governance index? What is this technology reaches to the poor? Does this technology reaches to the poor? We have to do that. So e-governance, if a guy at the village can go and get a birth certificate or community certificate, he can apply an interview over technology through village. He can use this technology for his farming, using his IoT to look at this agriculture thing, what kind of disease, what kind of fertilizer, whether he can use a drone for a fertilizer or just a pesticide. It's a real good thing, sir. I think this kind of technology where our fibers go into until the last mile, and thereafter that super last mile, it will go with a wireless kind of 5G or 4G, that 5G kind of things. We will just looking for that thing, sir. This is the scalability we're talking about. Again, Make in India, we are proud to say that we did, of course, initially we did with our OEMs, which are coming from abroad. And now, after coming in Make in India, it has just woken up us. The tiger, the lion in us has been woken up, and we want to engage our own kind of Indian make systems. Even it can be lesser efficiency in this initial days, but still we will want to just make it a promise. We will give a priority to the Indian making cables or Indian making routers, Indian making switches, Indian making firewalls kind of thing. Hope government will give a better price for them so that we can give we can give a thrust for, and the entire thing will be made in India. This is our oath we have taken in, sir. And uniqueness of, again, I want to reiterate that the uniqueness of the project is your dual technology, sustaining this electrical, balancing his electrical properties as well as light source technology, because they are both inversely, they're immune to each other, but still this is this technology coexistence in the same house. This is unity in diversity, like that. I mean, coexistence, giving us a multiple effect, multiple effects, sir. This is the uniqueness of the project, dual functionality, and taking the technology to the remote, and cyber security is the uniqueness of the project. Then we cannot sit talking to each other for a long time. The best way to get started is to quit talking, and we are doing it. And of course, we have already done it a couple of years. This is this great word said by Walt Disney. And this is our team led by our chief engineer, Meena Kumari, who is again now in Delhi to receive an award for our another project. Otherwise, she would have will be attended here. And myself, I am Sendil Kumar, Executive Engineer Networks, and my colleagues, Mr. Anand, Assistant Executive Engineer, and Mr. Nandakumar, Assistant Project Engineers. These are our pillars of strength and pillars of our team, who could, without, and of course, without them, we would have not achieved these things. They had a very broad coordination, and they burnt the midnight oils. They stayed back together and coordinating people, and not to mention our regional coordinators, regional people across Tamil Nadu are very, very effective, and I should also engage them. These are the bigger part of the team, sir. And timeline, 2000 we have started, and 2022 we are planning with reliable communication projects. We are looking for 2023, and we are a roadmap.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. I request you to please conclude now.
Yeah, so these benefits are again there, and roadmap is IoTs, and this is the last slide, sir. Our SE office, all this is we want to connect to meters, transform meters, feeder meters, and we want to go into a customer-friendly network, sir. And thank you for giving us this opportunity, and hope the technology makes India, Tamil Nadu, the entire nation, and taking a center stage of light, and let this this century and the next century, until this another 50 years, that India be the superpower with a human face. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Santhilji. Very good project. In fact, PLCC, Power Lines Carrier Communication, has been in existence for many, many years. Rather, about 30 years back also it was, but I am very happy that you have extended the project to e-governance, and also you are resorting to make in India products and services over your communication network. Excellent work, sir. All the congratulations to your team for serving the community. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Very kind of you, sir. Thanks for we are humble, sir. Thanks one and all for giving us opportunity. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
I don't have any specific question to ask. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
This is just a standard disclaimer that this has been this is not an effort for getting any tangible benefit. Our presentation, brief outline of the presentation is, we just want to give a brief glimpse of what we have done in CSR, what CSR, what Sukafa Hospital signifies, pre-deployment scenario and the post-deployment scenario journey, how Sukafa has taken place on ground, and what it has done during pandemic and other things, and how it is placed right now. Just to give a brief glimpse of ONGC's CSR efforts, we are one of the country's leading CSR spender, having spent more than 500 crore rupees on an average for last 5 years. Our total spend in last 5 years has been 2,700 crores, upward of 2,700 crores. And our niche areas where we work in CSR are healthcare, preventive healthcare, education and skill development, women empowerment, and environment sustainability. We have been carrying out social CSR before it became a mandatory under Companies Act. Since 1980, ONGC has been carrying out these activities under the Socio-Economic Development Program. We became the first organization to allocate 0.75% of PAT for CSR under our corporate citizenship policy. The corporate citizenship policy was revised in 2006, where concrete areas, roles and responsibilities were allocated to work centers. And in 2009, we started a dedicated CSR department to undertake CSR guidelines. We also issued the CSR guidelines for the first times, and CSR budget was increased to 2% of PAT. Mind you, I'll just want to add a thing. We have been doing all these things before CSR became a mandatory obligation under the Companies Act, and our CSR policy has been the basis of the DP's CSR policy. So we have always been considered as pioneers in CSR activities, and with this aim, we started work on our healthcare facilities in Assam. We have a large representation in Assam. Assam asset is one of the biggest onshore assets of ONGC, but there was a typical problem. Being a remote landlocked area with there were very few medical facilities in Assam. The average bed ratio was around 0.52 beds against a national average of 1.1 bed per 1,000 people. Forget the super specialties like cardiac and oncology. Even basic services like dialysis were not available in Shivsagar and the adjoining areas. 75% of secondary care and 100% of tertiary care cases had to move out of Shivsagar for getting proper health and for proper health care. And mind you, for a simple activity like dialysis, it meant a 3-hour journey from Shivsagar to Dibrugarh, 3 hours of dialysis, and then back 3 hours. So for a kidney patient who's already was not on the best of health, traveling 6 hours for a dialysis was a terrible nightmare, which we wanted to rectify. With this aim, we started the Sukafa. We approved, the ONGC board approved Sukafa Hospital, the construction of Sukafa Hospital in 2016. The construction started in 2017, and the first phase became operational in March 2019. When at the height of COVID pandemic, we dedicated a COVID care center set up at Sukafa, and phase 2 and 3 of the hospital are soon to be completed and are proposed to be inaugurated by this summer. Just a small glimpse of Sukafa Hospital. The first phase involves 100 beds, setting up of 100 beds at a cost of 99 crores. The departments that are proposed to be included in the first phase were internal medicine, pediatrics, general surgery, ENT, orthopedics, gynecology, and pulmonary medicine and ophthalmology. The second phase involves another expenditure of 96 crores, 120 beds. The super specialities intended to be added are right there in front of you. And the third phase is consisting of another 142 beds with 117 crores. And now we have decided that we are going to start work we have started work on second phase, third phase together, and both these phases shall be inaugurated simultaneously. So as per the revised plan, the total number of beds have been increased to 351, and the project cost has been revised to 483 crores. Some of the benefits which have been passed on to public are people are receiving medical care within their region, very near to their hometown, and we've been able to reduce the bed deficit in the region by we have been able to reduce the bed deficit in the region by 67 in the first phase, and by another 351 hospital beds in by July 23. The hospital has a mobile medical unit to take care of the people around the hospital, and around 333 remote villages have been provided this facility, and more than 12,600 patients have already been treated. 119 doctors, paramedical staff, and other staff has been hired from the local area, thereby generating employment to the local people. We have been providing quality healthcare facilities at remote area at a very affordable price, which is about 40 to 75% of the market rate. And we are also grateful to Baba Sahab Ambedkar Vaidyaki Pratishthan, which has taken up the operation of this hospital, and with their committed doctors and paramedical staff, we have been able to provide very quality healthcare in a very remote area of the country. Besides that, we are also providing employment and economic activity in the form of indirect employment. by providing services for construction, catering, housekeeping, and miscellaneous activities. So it's not only an effort to increase the medical health of the region, but also the general GDP and economic well-being. The hospital is also contributing towards that goal also. Just a small glimpse of phase 1 beneficiaries. We have done 2025 surgeries till July 22. OPD facilities have been provided to 57,000 plus people, and 1,73,000 lab tests has been carried out since the operationalization of first phase in 2019. Sibsagar Hospital also played a key role in the COVID pandemic when 18 beds on emergency basis were set up in June 20, in 30 days to provide emergency medical care to the locally COVID affected people. 100 people were treated in the first wave of COVID, and the second wave of the COVID, another 20 beds were set up with 111 patients were treated till June 2021. So present status, we have already operationalized the first phase of the hospital. More than 3 lakh patients in all have availed services. Civil work for the balance 2 phases has been completed. The fit out is currently in progress, and phase 2 and 3 are planned to be inaugurated by July 23. Some of the awards received for this noble project: we received the IMA Project Excellence Award in Corporate Social Responsibility. We were conferred with the National HRD Network and New Delhi Institute of Management People Excellence Award in 2021. Any questions? Or I would go. We just would like to show a small 2-minute clip. If time permits, can we share that?
I think you have well covered, sir.
Okay.
All the appreciation for the good work. Definitely, this is the real service to the nation, and particularly you have built phase 1, phase 2 is 3 and are going to be operationalized very soon. It will be a great service to the nation, sir. Thank you. All the appreciation, sir.
No, I don't think, sir. I would like to beg to differ. It's not a service. I think business has a social responsibility,
Sure,
and we are only
sure.
doing that part.
Definitely.
Any questions or sir? Any doubts?
No, sir. No doubt, sir.
So is there anything unique in your project so that you should be considered for the award?
So there are 2 unique things. One, we are providing medical care in a very far-flung areas where it is difficult to get even basic facilities, and we are providing the top end, the state-of-the-art medical facilities. And number 2 is we are doing it at a much lesser market price. In a remote area, we are providing a facility of a delivery at 3,000, 4,000 rupees, which you pay actually 20,000 rupees here, and which was actually non-existent. For dialysis, as I said, people were traveling 100 kilometers daily to and fro. So that is something unique in this country. I mean, and as I said, we are also grateful to the agency, the Babasaheb Vaidyantik Pratishthan, which is placing its top medical talent at a remote place, because people are hesitant. We did try with everyone, Apollo, Max, but the whole issue the crunch used to come that people said we cannot place our doctors there. Nobody is willing to settle there. But now we have a dedicated lot of doctors, we have a dedicated lot of medical staff, and we are able to provide medical facilities in a far off remote area of Assam. It's not even Guwahati. It's 350 kilometers from Guwahati.
Sir, ONGC is a profit-making company. So
Yes,
you can even provide these services free of cost as well.
At
Free of cost, sir.
sir, that it's
But it
yes,
does not make any.
it's not a question of free medical facilities, sir. We provide very subsidized medical facilities even in Delhi. We have a Seva Bharti in Ashok Vihar, where we are providing MRI facilities at almost free rates, at 100 rupees, 200 rupees.
Yes.
So it's not a question of, the point is any such institution should be self-sufficient. Because today ONGC might be profit. We earned 40,000 crore profit, but tomorrow
my
Yes.
submission is that so many companies are doing a lot of work under CSR.
Yes, sir.
So what is so unique about this thing?
Sir, how many companies have set up such a state-of-art hospital in the country? We are not the only corporate body.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
open to your question, but can I pose a counter question? How many companies have set up? Of course, Tatas have done that, but even that is at Jamshedpur, which is relatively, I've studied at Jamshedpur, which is relatively much better connected. But how many companies have set up such state of hospitals in far-flung areas in India? We are not the only cause. We are profit taking, but so are so many others. So it is, it has its own challenges. I was involved in this hospital during the very early stages, and I know the pitfalls and the challenges. We were not able to find any agency who could do it. We said, we'll pay you 70% of the price. But they said, no, sir, we can't do it because we are not sure how we'll get any amount of this. What happens 5 years later? When you set up a hospital, it should be viable. It should be there for 20 years, 30 years. You are giving us only a guarantee of 5 years. After that, what? So they were unique challenges.
Okay, so how many years if ONGC takes out his hand from this project, will these hospitals be able to run of their own?
Yes, sir. I think that is it shall be self-sufficient, because this agency, which the Baba Saheb Ambedkar Vaidiki Pratishthan, their doctors, they work at 1/4 the salary. They are a very committed lot of people. So we are not funding the operational part. We are only funding the capex part. Okay, so it is going to be self-sufficient. It is already self-sufficient. It will remain a self-sufficient body.
Okay, good enough. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Okay, sir.
Namaskar. Is the presentation visible?
Yes, sir, visible. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. A very warm welcome to the esteemed jury and member colleagues for letting us share our best practices that is being followed in Uttarakhand Power Corporation Limited, a DISCOM sector. UPCL is sole distribution licensee of supplying electricity in the state of Uttarakhand. It is important to mention that Uttarakhand is one of the few states that is providing the electricity uninterrupted power supply, and that's too without any subsidy and at the lowest minimum possible tariff. We are supplying energy or power to our consumers more than 23.30 hours per day on an average basis. UP got separated from UP, thus while UPSCB in the year 2001, and we have got certain inherited issues which are being reconciled and resolved now. I'll just proceed with the presentation. This is just a glance of that. Pardon, sir? It is just a glance of the UPCL that we have got almost 28 lakh consumers, 2500 plus megawatt of the peak load, 53,000 plus square kilometers of the distribution area, 300 plus substation.
नवीन साहब, आपकी slides move नहीं कर रही हैं.
Move नहीं कर रही.
We can see only first slide. इसी को proceed करते जाइए.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, we can now see your second slide.
Please continue.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, we have got some 28 lakh consumers in the state of Uttarakhand with peak load of 2500 plus megawatt, and 53,000 square kilometers is the distribution area that is being covered. And we have got distribution transformers of 3311 kV substations, that is 375 plus, and almost 45,000 plus square kilometer 11 kV line installed. Sir, then we are just sharing the comparison of the last 3 years rather, that electricity consumers that in 2021 we had got almost 26.11 lakhs. As on date, it is 28.04 lakhs. Contracted load, it was 7,205 megawatt, and now it is 8032 megawatts. Similarly, turnover we have increased from 6,454 megawatts to 8,495 megawatts. AT&C losses, sir, we are continuously making efforts to reduce it from 17.79% in 21 to 15% at present, and similarly distribution losses and collection efficiency. The remarkable increase has been there in the digital payment sector, that is 61.44. It was in 2021, and now we have reached 76.82, which will be further clarified in the following slides. So these are the challenges basically being discom sector that is being faced here.
So we can see your second slide only.
So there are various several challenges in the discom sector, that is operational efficiency, improvement measures, consumer satisfaction, adaptability in changing environment, and financial sustainability. So solutions being implemented, that is being briefed out. Various cost control and cost management practices have been followed in UPCL, that will be briefed out in detail in further slides. Consumer oriented practices we are continuously following, and then we are implementing the ERP SAP, and then as a resultant, because of our all these above practices, there is a reduction in ACS ARR gap, that is average cost of supply and average revenue realization per unit. So in the discom sector, it is important to mention that almost all the discom companies, they are in losses, and with the very much efforts of these, especially e-payment and all those things, we are able to achieve break even this year. Being a government sector, it is really difficult, and of course we could achieve it, and AT&C losses are being reduced regularly over year and year. So there are some certain operational efficiency improvements measures that have been taken, so that we have dedicated in-house power purchase cell functioning, which is regularly purchasing powers on daily basis, monitoring it regularly, and we have registered directly with the Indian Energy Exchange. Earlier it was used to be through traders, thereby we could not get online facility of timely payment and timely receivable of the energy at the time. Real time analysis could not be made over there, and similarly with these inputs we were able to achieve. Earlier, actually, being in discom sector, we were delaying the payments made to the discoms, to the GenCos and to the Transcos. We used to make late payment surcharge of 70 crores in the year. During the last 3 years, what improvement we could make, we could buy some amount from our financial institutions and repay these discom sector GenCo dues. So as a resultant, what we could achieve is 41 crores we could receive rebate in the financial year 21-22. 55 crores roughly we are provisional, it is in during the current year. So roughly all these factors considering, we are made a saving of 111 crores to this better monitoring of power purchase and daily monitoring and good governance. Also for the last 2 years, sir, we don't have any overdue payments to GenCos and Transcos. That is a major factor that have been contributing, and as a resultant, we could get competitive prices, and as well as cost control measures could be implemented in the discom sector. Then, sir, there is a financial comparison. For the last 3 years, we have achieved the revenue from operations 7223 from 683 crores, and similarly, sir, purchase cost of electricity also 6457 to 6253 crores. Thus, as it's shown in the slide, sir, we had got a loss of 577 crores in the financial year ending 2020, and now at present we could achieve break even as profit and loss, that is 0.03 profit we are showing, and after regulatory income and deferred taxes, the provision after latest we are at a loss of 21.42 crores only. Sir, I would mention it is important mention that the discom sector, which is already in losses, and despite of huge accumulated losses in the years, we could achieve this all without any subsidy from the state government. Because in discom sector, in almost all the states, discoms are being subsidized by the state government in tariff terms, and as is comparison, sir, that we could see the tariff also. Tariff in Uttarakhand is almost lowest in all the states. Like in domestic sector, we are supplying at 4.72 per unit, whereas in other states, it is much higher in all these things. And average also, if we compare, sir, the Uttarakhand is supplying energy at the rate of 5.89 per unit, whereas Himachal Pradesh is only lower than Uttarakhand, which is 5.74. That is mainly due to their hydropower generation maximum in the state. We are only able to generate 32% of our demand in the state, whereas in all the other states, the tariffs are much higher as compared you can see in Chhattisgarh it is 6.22, Punjab it is 6.47, Maharashtra it is 7.40, and so on. Sir, it is also important in the last row, you could see that average subsidy per unit that is being provided by the state discoms, so by the state government to the discoms. So like in Himachal Pradesh also, even though their tariff is lower, but yes, 60 paisa per unit on an average basis calculated, it is being provided as subsidy by the state government. And in Chhattisgarh 1.80 and so on, sir. Even in MP, you can see it is 2.36, 2 rupees 36 paisa per unit of electricity that is being subsidy is being provided by the state government. This is a graphical presentation of the tariff and the subsidy that is being provided by the state government. Sir, we have made several efforts in the consumer satisfaction, like rebate is being given to the consumers who are making regular payments through e-payment, etc. And this has resulted in us that to achieve digital payments to the extent of 76%. At present, we are receiving our maximum payments, 76%. I think it would be one of the best in the discom sector that we are receiving through e-payment mode. And we have registered on BBPS platforms, Google Pay, Phone Pay, etc., NEFT, RTGS, all mode of payments are being operated. As a resultant also, digital payments increased from 13.75%. You can see, sir, to 71.3% of the total revenue that have been achieved in 21-22, and at present it is 76%, sir. UPCL is providing, sir, 22.23 hours per day in rural sector, and in urban sector 23.38 hours per day on uninterrupted power supply, sir. So this is the growth of the digital payment. As you could see that in the year 18-19, we were receiving only 19% of the payments through digital mode. And at present, we have achieved 76.82% of the payments through digital mode, sir. Adaptability in changing environment, sir. Presently, UPCL is following Oracle-based accounting software for the purpose of financial management, HR and material management, etc. We are moving towards ERP SAP, which will be implemented during the current year, and integration will help us in the core business process comprised of material management, financial management, and HR management as well. ERP offers a flexible framework to support real-time business change. It will improve operational efficiency, save time by automating the day-to-day transactions. It will help us in capturing real-time data. All these factors have helped us. Sir, you can see the AT&C losses also. We are reducing, making efforts to reduce on year-to-year basis. Like in 1920, we had 20.44%, and at present we could achieve 15%, and we are aiming to achieve it 13.96% by 24-25. Similarly, ACS ARR gap, sir, average cost of supply and average revenue realization. That is a major factor in the discom sector, sir, because of the various inbuilt cost, and especially when 86% of the revenue is being booked towards power purchase cost only, sir. And it is a commodity which cannot be restored. We have to only receive at one end and supply at the same end. So, sir, in this process, we could achieve from 40 paisa loss to 1 paisa loss during the year 22-23. The biggest challenge would be for us to maintain this ACS ARR gap during the forthcoming years. So this is the UPC comparison of UPCL versus national level. Our revenue is 722 to 3.56 crores during the year 21-22. And as we could see, ACS ARR gap, was 1 paisa as compared to national average of 22 paisa. We have achieved AT&C losses of 15.75% as compared to national average of 16.87%. Billing efficiency 85.85% as compared to 85.70%, sir. It is important to mention that we could achieve these factors in spite of the tough terrain, that geographical conditions of the Uttarakhand. We have got huge long lines and less consumption in all the state. So that way, AT&C losses bound to be more, but still we are able to maintain it below national level, almost at the national level. And sir, collection efficiency, we are able to achieve 98.4% as against national average of 97%, sir. Sales in MUs, of course, 12,519 MU. Average tariff, as you could see, sir, as I was mentioning earlier also, it is 5 rupees 70 paisa per unit of energy sold as compared to national level of 6 rupees 25 paisa. So we are supplying power at a much cheaper price than the national level, but yet we are able to achieve the targets and achieve the break even. Sir, we have made certain improvements, and as a resultant, we could achieve A rating during the year financial year 21-22. The power rating is being done by the power sector. PFC, Power Finance Corporation, engages agencies for ratings, and as is shown here, sir, we could achieve 82 marks as compared to 55.6 marks in the year 2021. Sir, similarly, in the financial sector, we could make lot of efforts for cleaning of the accounts that we got inherited from the erstwhile Uttar Pradesh Power Electricity Board, and now we are in the regular stream of cleaning the accounts. As a resultant, we could reduce the trade receivables to the tune of 657 crores during the current financial years. The outcome was also appreciated by the board of directors, especially independent directors, and during 21-22. So no adverse observations have been received from statutory auditors as well as AG. Sir, we are also promoting decarbonization with the use of e-vehicles, and because of this, we are providing the charging facilities, e-charging vehicles for e-vehicles for the Char Dham Yatra route. Sir, we have made all statutory compliances timely, and as a result, we could achieve the certificate of appreciation from Ministry of Finance for timely payment of GST, etc. Thank you very much, sir. I welcome for questions from your side, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Gupta Sahab. Very good presentation, to the point also. But what could be the reasons for your losses? You are having mostly hydropower. That is observation number one.
Sir.
Number two, your billing efficiency is 85 point something %,
yes, sir.
which has a definitely scope for improvement.
Yes,
At
sir.
least it should go to up to 90%.
Yes, sir.
So these, can you a little bit elaborate on these two issues?
Sure, sir. Sir, hydropower, we are receiving in the state only 32% of our consumption. Rest we have to procure through thermal or other sources of the energy like solar also, as well as wind energy also, and we are dependent on the national grid. So that is the major reason, sir. Our cheaper hydropower that we are producing in the state is much cheaper as compared to the national average. Like, for example, in the state, what we are producing the energy, it is being produced at the rate of 2.32 rupees, whereas the national average that we are getting through thermal sources and others, it is 4.35 rupees. So that is the major reason, sir. As I told you, that 86% of the power revenue that goes mainly to power purchase cost. And sir, we are having 16% of other expenses. So in case the power is fluctuated, like during the last current year, sir, the power rates of power fluctuated are large in the Indian Energy Exchange because of less availability of the power as compared to the growth of demand. Sir, similarly, billing efficiency, as you have rightly pointed out, it is 85% roughly, and we are making all out efforts to achieve it to up to 90%. And yes, it is achievable. But as I told you, because of the tough terrain of Uttarakhand and the large distribution network as compared to the concentrated manpower or the concentrated consumption. Sir, we are also adopting the RDSS scheme of the central government. We are moving towards a smart prepaid metering, whereby thefts and all those things can be reduced. Thank you.
Okay. In the long term, you can think of installing prepaid meters and all that. Definitely,
sir,
it will boost your efficiency.
We are on the way, sir, and we have already floated tenders and all those things for that matter.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Gupta sir.
Thank you.
Sir, is there any smart metering in your state, sir?
Sir, right now it's not. But yes, we have issued tenders and we are in the process of implementing it within the next 2 years.
So some of the states have already implemented smart metering in the state on various categories of consumers.
Sir.
And they have achieved less than 10% of ENT's losses. So what is so unique about your system? Your system is having very high losses.
Sir, that is true, as I told you, because of the geographical conditions, sir. Here, if you compare,
Okay.
we can compare what
Sir,
there is the Himalayas.
Maybe 10 to 15 years ago, your losses were around 30%.
Yes, sir.
Am I right? So
Absolutely.
you have achieved in 15 years up to 15%. So
Very-
now again, your state will take 10 years to come down to less than 10%.
No,
So,
not exactly, sir. Not exactly, sir. But after our growth reduction of and achieving a target of, let us say, 15%, now the reduction will not be 1 to 2% per annum. It will be in the factors of 0.5% or 0.25% per annum, because there is a limitation of the technical and lengthier infrastructure.
Right. So, have you applied anything which is unique and fast loss reduction mechanism can be achieved? Has anything being done in this regard or not?
So just our expert technical SE will clarify.
Yes, sir. Please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
To us, very unique thing about us is that we almost the input energy to the tune of 55% goes to industries,
Right.
and implemented automatic meter reading way back. You can say about 7-8 years back. And
So, are your meters smart?
no, not yet smart, but sir, we provided modem over there, and we got an online.
So can your meter can your meter detect automatic theft?
No, not
If
sir. We are in the process, and we adopted almost 16 lakhs consumers of our consumer base, including all LT and ST industry, and the entire plain areas of the state, plus hilly town areas of the state, due to communication issues with smart metering. So almost out of 28 lakhs what the sir stated, we are going for smart metering of about 16 lakhs consumers, and we are going to implement it in next 2 years, sir.
Okay, very good, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.